Welcome to Hobbs House Bakery. We're going to do a short video on what to do with your starter once you've received it through the post, how to feed it and how to maintain it in between baking. This is how your starter will arrive. So it will arrive in a box like this. As soon as you get it, take it out of the box and pop it in the fridge, because I'm assuming that you're not going to bake necessarily with it straight away. So the day before you're going to bake, we're going to take our sourdough starter out of the fridge. We're going to give it a feed and leave it overnight at room temperature. What I'm going to do is weigh my starter. So I'm going to take it out of the jar. So I want to know how much I've got. So I've got 150 grams, and I'm going to feed it 150 grams of rye flour and 150 grams of water. So once that's all mixed together, I'm then going to pop it into a slightly bigger jar, because it's going to ferment, it's going to expand. So the jar it came in is going to be too small for it once you've fed it. So here's my jar. Once I've finished feeding the starter and I've used what I need to bake with, I'll then pop it back into the small jar and then keep it in the fridge. So you only really need to maintain about 100 grams. So work out what your recipe that you're going to make is, how much you need, with 100 grams extra, and then that will go back into your jar and in the fridge. So you want to make sure that you leave enough space in your jar for it to expand. It should double in size to be ready to use. We'll come back to it tomorrow morning when it's fermented and ready to go. So what do you do with your starter once you've finished baking? So this is the leftover that I had from making the dough earlier. It's in the bigger jar. So to store it in the fridge, I'm going to transfer it from the big jar into the small jar. I prefer to use two jars, one for building the starter and then a separate jar for storing it in the fridge, purely for the fact it means you keep it nice and clean and you don't have any funny molds growing. I think good housekeeping is important when you're maintaining your starter. So scrape everything out, close the lid and pop that in the fridge. So as you can see, you're only going to maintain a small amount using the ratios of 1 part starter, 1 part flour, 1 part water. That will enable you to maintain a small amount of starter, and then you only have as much as you need for the recipe that you're going to make.